running towards me as quick as a racehorse. This little girl wrapped her arms around me, squeezing me tightly.
Missed you.
She smiled, looking up at me.
Lucille, let go of Alex. You only saw him yesterday.
I've missed you too, Lucille. I stood there in a daze. This doesn't make sense. Lucille's my sister? Something must have gone wrong somewhere. But I was clueless as to what it could be. Nothing made sense. The sound of whispering surrounded me as my vision became blurred, and one voice stood out from the rest.
You fucked up.
The disembodied voice spoke tauntingly.
You're pathetic. You couldn't even do this right.
I began to see silhouettes walking past me. My vision still blurred as they turned to me, laughing and taunting. The blurred vision and taunt seemed to go on for 10, maybe 15 minutes as I just stood there covering my eyes and wanting to curl up into a ball. Moving my hands away from my eyes, my vision started to become clear. Lucille was just letting go, conforming to my mom's request.
Alex, Mom's decorated my room. You should see all my new things.
She said, pulling at my sleeve and leading me to the door. I followed Lucille upstairs to her newly decorated room. The sheer look of glee on her face as she paved the way reminded me somewhat of my childhood and how I would get excited over the smallest things.
Look!
She shouted as we entered the room. Wow, your room looks awesome! I replied, trying to sound as excited as she clearly was.
These are all my new teddies. The dog is called Chester. I haven't named the other ones. And look at my wallpaper. It's My Little Pony. Oh, and look! Mom got me this My Little Pony candle too.
Aren't you a little young for candles?
No. It was my birthday last week, and Mom said as long as I keep it on the little plate and don't leave the room when it's on, I can have it.
And rightly so. I'm going to go sit with Mom now. Are you joining us?
No, I'm gonna sit in my room.
Okay then, I'll see you in a little while. I went downstairs and sat talking to my mom for the next half hour as we watched a game show on TV, when my mom then said,
Right. Quiet now. My program's about to start.
Which one?
A Touch of Frost. The one with David Jason.
That's still on?
Oh no, it finished a couple of years back, but they still play reruns. That reminds me. That policeman called round again today. Did you call him?
Which policeman?
The one I told you about yesterday. That detective something.
Jenkins?
That's the one. Didn't you call him?
No, Mom, I must have forgotten. In fact, I'll go home and do that now. I'll come by tomorrow.
Okay, honey, see you tomorrow.
See you, Mom. Love you. I started to leave the house when I heard Lucille shouting down from her bedroom.
Are you going home, Alex?
Yeah,
When are you coming back?
probably tomorrow.
Oh, okay. See you tomorrow then. Love you.
You too, Lucille. Leaving the house, I walked out into a wall of fog, and was immediately reminded of the last time I saw Lucille. My Lucille. Laying at the bottom of the stairs. No longer did the fog remind me of my own personal Silent Hill, but the death you would find there. I began to jog home, not wanting to stand out in the cold any longer than I possibly had to. And just as I was reaching to open my gate, a hand grabbed me from behind, clutching my shoulder, followed by a deep, demonic voice.
You have come to the wrong dimension.
Jumping back and looking around, I saw Ian retracting his hand. What the fuck are you doing, you moron? I fucking shit myself.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Ugh, don't worry about it. Come in a minute. I need to speak with you. We went inside into the kitchen. Ian sat at the table as I began pacing the floor, my mind going into overdrive. I didn't understand what was going on in this dimension anymore, and the only person I could speak to about it was Ian. Listen, Ian, mate, I need to ask you some things. You seem to know more than me about all this dimensional jumping crap and what I've got myself into. And personally, I don't give a shit how you know. I just need to know what the fuck is going on.
What do you mean, pal?
Well, first off, why did your Alex jump?
He said something about being followed by that detective that had you for running your mum over.
Well, that explains his urgency. And in that last dimension, I had a wife, Lucille.
Oh, that fucking head case.
Well, yeah, but she was my wife. Incidentally, why was it she was so volatile?
She was bipolar, wasn't she? You didn't know before you married her. Your cheating didn't help either. Well, not yours. Other Alex.
And why isn't Lucille here?
She is, mate.
Lucille is here, but she's not my Lucille. She's my sister, and she's just a kid.
And she's gonna die. I mean, you could probably try to save her, but then your mum will die. Are you honestly willing to let a child die so you can be with your mum?
I hadn't thought of this before. Everything that was going on, and I never looked into consideration that I'd given her a death sentence before I even came to this dimension. Fuck! Nope, I'm not willing to. I can't do it, Ian. I finally got to meet my mom today. I can't save Lucille.
You could always jump.
Every time I've jumped before now, something's gone wrong.
You saying nothing did this time?
Well, yes, I'm about to kill my kid sister. I'm about to kill Lucille. Again. Why the fuck is Lucille my sister all of a sudden?
Mirror method, man. You asked for it. You explicitly said it. My sister Lucille.
No, I said, I need to jump to where my mom is alive, Lucille is alive, and my sister dies.
No, mate. You said you need to jump to a dimension where your mum is alive and Lucille. Then you paused and said the words my sister is there and she dies. You called her Lucille, your sister.
Thinking back, he was right. I turned my wife into my sister, and now I'm going to let her die. Ian, I need to go, mate, I said, heading for the front door. Let yourself out. I want to go and spend some time with my family, decide what I'm going to do next. Ian followed me out of the front door, and I noticed the fog had completely disappeared.
Strange. That fog soon went.
Locking the front door behind me, Anne and I said our goodbyes, and I began to run to my mom's house. Coming up the corner, I began to hear the sounds of loud machinery, and was quickly surrounded by fog in an instant. Only this fog wasn't cold like it should be, and it had a smell. That's not fog, I thought to myself. It's smoke. Quickly running around the corner, I saw a fire engine parked up against my mom's house. Running up to one of the firemen, I began to call out, "This is my mom's house, please, what happened?"
We believe the fire broke out in one of the upstairs bedrooms.
Lucille's candle, I thought to myself. Is everybody okay?
I'm sorry, pal.
He said, a look of devastation on his face. Sorry? Sorry for what?
We carried 2 bodies out earlier.